Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's Chef Dan Chuck from Dawson Creek, BC again. And today I got some really nice, fresh, beautiful red potatoes. So we're going to make a cheese, bacon, onion stuffed potato. I know probably a lot of you have made these many times and maybe some of you haven't. So I'm going to give you my twist on them here today. So first thing we're going to start off with these beauties is we're going to wrap them in tin foil. I'm not going to season them or anything because I'm just going to bake them and then I'm going to hollow them out after and make up a nice cheese, onion, bacon. And I did make some fresh bacon myself and smoked it. So I'll be dicing that up and give you a little shot of that later. And that's when I'm going to be one of our yummy things going into the mix. So all we're going to do, we've preheated our oven to 420 degrees. It's warming up. I think it's at temp now. So we're going to wrap these babies up with tin foil. I'm just going to slide them to the side here. And basically, I'm going to grab a little knife and just give them a couple pokes. That's it, just to vent them a bit. Wrap them, roll them in, push them up, and there's one ready to go. Next one, couple pokes, two, boom, bang. Now just get them help them vent a little bit while they're baking. Here's a nice big bad boy. That's gonna be mine. Yeah, I'm the bigger dude of the family, so I didn't say the overweight dude. I said I'm the bigger dude. Okay, we got a couple more to go, but that gives you an idea. It's pretty simple. We're just gonna wrap them up, and we're gonna bake them. It's gonna take probably about 1 hour, maybe a little bit more. We're gonna check them, and after we do this, we're gonna hollow them out, and we're gonna make up our mixture and get them ready for the barbecue tonight. It's April the 16th. We're having a nice sunny day here in Dawson, so what better thing to do than fire up the Barbie. Okay, we'll be right back and we'll show you how we're gonna hollow them out and make these up. Okay, well, our potatoes are baking. I got out some of my homemade bacon I made and just sliced it up yesterday, and it's made from our organic pork from a local Hutterite farm I picked up here in Dawson Creek, BC. So the bacon's there. I also have a shallot, which is kind of a cross between a purple onion and garlic. I have some ginger, and I have some nice organic garlic. I try to use organic products as much as I can, being a chef. They taste better. Just gives it that extra kick when you're doing a recipe and makes everything even more yummier. So what we're going to do now, we're going to chop up fine the garlic, ginger, shallots, and I'm going to chop the bacon up. We're going to get it in a pan and start frying her up. We'll add the garlic last, and we'll fry it up and get it ready for our potatoes. All right, we're ready to almost roll here. We got all our ingredients diced up. I've cut up my nice bacon. And when I'm frying this up here, I'm not going to add any salt to it because there already is salt in my bacon. Even though it's not very salty, it's got a nice maple taste to it. Yes, pure Canadian maple. And I use the organic dehydrated maple, so should be really well. Okay, we're going to get the frying pan heated up here and get cooking this up. And then we're going to grate some nice, fresh cheddar cheese to add to our mix as well after. So let's get cooking here. So we're ready to roll, and our pan's all heated up. So we're going to add some of this homemade bacon. Notice I didn't chop it too fine. I don't want crumble. I want, like, so when we're having potatoes, you still got little bites of bacon in it. So I'm going to scoop that all in there. Let that cook for a bit. There we go. One thing I like to do, especially when I'm cooking, I like to keep all my work areas nice and clean. Practice I learned back when I was cooking in the restaurants and before I retired. It makes everything a lot nicer, and you know what? Keeps those bad bugs away too. They can get in and make you a little sick. So I like to wipe everything down before I start with a little bleach water solution, and when I'm done I like to wipe all my equipment and clean her all up before I put her away. So let this brown off. Shouldn't take too long. Cooks fairly quick. Next we're going to add our shallots, aka purple garlic onion. They're pretty fine chopped, so they'll cook fairly fast. So we're going to let the bacon cook for a bit. Okay, the shallots are going in. The bacon fat's melting down there and looking really good. And into the pan they go. If you noticed earlier when I was doing my potatoes, I did 5. And actually we only need 3 for dinner, but the reason I do that is because when you hollow them out and you're going to stuff them, they're usually a little low in the potatoes. So I always cook a couple extra when they're done baking and cooled down. I peel them and mix them in my mix. So when I make my stuffed potatoes, I can make them big, chunky, monkey looking, and heap them up a bit in the top. And even though I'm adding cheddar cheese to the potato mixture, I'll probably put a little bit on the top when I bake them. So we're going to mix this up more. Cook them pretty fast. It's getting close. God, I wish you could smell this. You could smell the love. Okay, next step, we're going to throw in some ginger. There she's in. And we're going to add the garlic. You might say, wow, that's a lot of garlic. Well, you know what? I love garlic. I'm a Ukrainian boy. I was raised by a big Ukrainian family with a zillion kids in our family, and Baba and Gilgo, and so we like garlic a lot. And you know what? It's very good for you. Very good. And the ginger. And the ginger just gives it that little bit of kind of kicky in the butt. Extra flavor to it. And hey, it's good for you as well. And it tastes very yummy. Okay, this is pretty much done. So I'm going to shut this off here in a couple of minutes. You don't want to overcook it and burn your garlic. That would just be nasty. So, hey, we're going to grate some cheese up and wait for these potatoes, have a quick coffee, and then we're going to start getting ready to finish this video off of stuffing red potatoes. Everybody says, hey, you should use russets or something different. Hey, you can make a baked potato out of whatever you have. It's up to you. Well, our potatoes are all baked, and you don't want to over bake them, because remember, after you stuff them, they're going back in the oven at 400 for about a half an hour, so maybe they're going to cook a little bit more. So these look beautiful. They're cooked just right. So now we're going to start getting them ready and hollow them out and put them in that bowl over yonder and start getting ready to mix up our filling. Well, the slice off the tops, and one little trick when you're slicing the tops off these, being they're red, the skins are pretty tender. So what I do is I slice halfway through, then I flip it over, and I slice the other half and slice it off cleanly, and that way you don't really tear the skins. I know it doesn't matter as much. You know, I'm a little bit more anal about presentation when it comes to things, but then we have our one in the front. I was going to make 3, decided 4. So I have my one I peeled in the front. We're going to add to our mixture, and I'm going to hollow them out with a spoon. Nothing fancy. I'm probably going to leave about a 1/4 inch of meat all around, so it kind of protects the skin and gives it a little bit of a crust when I stuff it. So I'll hollow them out and we'll carry on. Okay, when I scoop out these potatoes, I generally try to find a little baby spoon, and I kind of poke around the edges first, pull the way around, and I don't rush this because you want them kind of look nice. And then I slowly back forth, start taking them out. Just take your time. It's coming. I'll speed it up here and then I'll show you what it looks like. Almost done. And it takes a couple minutes to do them, and as I'm going down, I keep sliding my spoon down and poking around so I can get a nice clean finish on the inside. And then I just kind of scrape it. Basically, that's kind of mushing it inside, smoothing it all out nice. And we're looking pretty good here. Okay, that one's hollowed out. And then I just take my finger, clean hands, and just running around the edge on the inside as well. That just cleans it up a little bit. And I think it's hollowed out. It's that easy. And yeah, here's my big bad boy that I'm having. Yep, that's the one. So next we're gonna make some filling and we'll be back. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get out our mixer. I like to use electric mixer when I do the potatoes up, and I'll add my cheese to them, and it gives it a nice creamy smooth mix. Then we're gonna add our bacon mixture and mix that all up. So we're gonna grab the mixer, whip them up. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, we've mashed up our potatoes a bit with the mixer, and there they are there. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the cheese. But first, we're going to give it a little flavor. And what always tastes better when you add to it? Well, I melt a little bit of butter. So we're just going to pour that butter in there, melt the butter. It'll soften my potatoes up a little bit. And being the butter's warm, it's going to help melt the cheese in there a little bit. So I'll mix this up with some cheese and we'll be right back. Okay, the cheese is all in. It's mixed in, as you can see here. And next step, we're going to get our yummy bacon, shallot, ginger, garlic mix. Okay, that's going in there. Ooh, that's in. Then we'll give it a little stir. Yes, with my baby little spoon, a little stir. Okay, we're going to mix this all up nice and stuff it into our potatoes and put a little more grated cheese on top, and they're ready for the barbecue. So I'll wrap them in saran wrap after, just lightly over top, and put them in the fridge, and they're ready for dinner to go. Okay, our potatoes are all ready to go, so I'm going to wrap them up and put them in the fridge. And like I said, we're having a barbecue tonight, so I did take out some beautiful, nice sirloins. And actually, they're out of the fridge. I want to warm them up a little bit, just bringing them up from the temperature so they cook a little faster and a little nicer on the barbie instead of coming out at 5 degrees. So they're going to sit here for about a half an hour. They marinated last night, and I also marinated today and got some nice mushrooms and seasoned them up, and I've added some peppers and dry sprayed my pan there with a little bit of Vegeline spray. So that's ready to go. So we're all done tonight. I'll plate her up and we'll show you what she looks like when it all comes together at dinner time. And it's Chef Gookster from Dawes Creek, so we'll be back later and give you a shot of what we're making. Okay, our baked potatoes are all done. There they are. Beauties. Check this baby. That's the one I said I'm making for me. So we're going to plate it up here and show you a picture of our dinner. So hang on. Okay, there it is. That's our dinner. So hope you enjoyed the video and hope you're having a great meal too. Arrivederci, Chef Gookster.